Welcome to an out-of-the-box video. Today I'm going to be looking at Full Moon, the Beast of Gevaudan. Gevaudan? Pronounced badly. Produced by Richway Games. It's a one-player, 12 plus, 10 to 15 minutes game. And in it, you are a werewolf, which is pretty different. It's set in 1764 to 1767, and pretty much the aim of the game is you've got to survive through 12 seasons. You're living in a village. Bad things have been happening every full moon, and the villagers are getting a bit excitable, and so you're a little bit worried, and as a local werewolf you need to try and not get caught out, as it were. And so this game, it's a roll and write. And so we have I've laminated this. So I've laminated rounded the corners, a kind of a card where you have your health. If you run out of health, you've starved because you haven't been able to feed enough. There's suspicion. If the suspicion is fully happens, the villagers know who you are and they chase you out of town if you're lucky, or kill you if you're unlucky. If you kill too many of your friendly neighbor villagers, you go insane. So there's like a sanity track as well. The way that the game works is you've got to last a year. You've got from spring through to winter, and in each one of these you have to do a hunt to survive. And you have a set of target dice. You have to roll. It's a dice game, so it's a roll and write. So we've got 6 standard D6, and there is 2 custom dice. I've built them. If you want to see how I build my dice, there's a video that I uploaded this month about building custom dice. So have a look at that. These are laminated and then put onto wooden cubes. And each of these faces have sometimes a good thing. If you get a little wolf, you get to use a special ability that will do damage to you. This one kills a villager. This one adds suspicion, and you've got 2 damage and 2 dead villagers on your 6 faces. So you've got 2 of those peril dice. So anyway, so each season you have to do a hunt. So you've got to get through 12 hunts. With a hunt, you roll up to 6 dice. And you have to match the numbers. If you get a double or a triple, that increases, I'm going to check that actually. I think it increases suspicion. Yeah. 1 point of suspicion for each double and each triple. So you don't have to roll all your 6 dice, but of course if you don't roll the dice, you'll fail, and that will be bad. If you get doubles and triples, that would be bad. First season of each of the 3 blocks, you get a suspicion. It has to be marked off because it's a new season. If you have a black one, you have to roll one of the peril dice. And so you roll dice, but then you've got abilities at the bottom, which allows you to do a bit of a dice manipulation. So if I'll look them up, so I'll use the appropriate words. So you do reinforcements, which is, okay, get it right. Reinforcements is this one down the bottom. You get to remove a dice from what you've rolled, which is handy if it's one you don't like. If you've got the little church, you can cross one of those off. You get a bit of faith, you can re-roll your dice. Well, as many of them, but if you have a peril dice, you have to re-roll that one. If you self-medicate, you can remove one of the negative effects, which is handy if it's going to be the end of the game. But if you have self-medication, you've got to add a peril dice to the next hunt. If we have a storeroom, we can cross one of those off, and we can add or subtract the result of one of our die, so which is handy if we have to beat the conditions. And so so we've got dice. We roll them, we write, we do a bit of manipulation, and try and get through the 12 seasons. We lose if either health, suspicion, or insanity happens. And what I think when we fail a hunt, I just got to check that, because it's always good to mark off your health, lose conditions. I'm pretty sure. Oh, you fail a hunt, you take 1 damage. So if you fail a hunt means you haven't been able to feed and you lose a health. And that's one of the lose conditions. If you get all your health crossed off, you've starved to death. And there you go. That is, oh, and the other thing I guess I should talk about is with these values at the bottom, there's a whole lot of classes. So you're a villager in this town, and you might be the blacksmith, in which case it's pre-configured with the attributes. You might be the priest, you might be the tavern keep, you might be the farmer. And so they all have different classes. So you can either pick a class and say, you know, you're the blacksmith by day and the werewolf by night. Or you can just roll, I think you roll 6 dice and you can pick 4 of them to have a random assortment. I guess you can make your own characters. So I'm going to go with blacksmith. Funnily enough, seems appropriate. So the blacksmith gets 3 of these, no, 4 of these. So I'll put those on and then I'll cross them out as we go. Got 3 of those. And I've got all of these, lots of chains, which kind of makes sense because you're a blacksmith, so you'd hope you'd have good access to chains. And you like a bit of drinking, so you've got a bit of self-medication. There we go. Now we're set up and ready to go. So the first season, spring, we get 1 suspicion because we have to. Then I've got to match these 3 dice. How many do I want to roll? I'm going to roll 6 and we'll see how things go. Oh, one escaped. I'm using my trusty dice tower. Hopefully it's not going to be too noisy. Oh, okay. So I got a double. I got 3 doubles. That's insane. But what I could do is I can cross off some self-medication and turn one of my 2s into a 3, which I need. I need a 1. I could use another self-medication and turn one of my 4s into a 5. So I've got enough to complete the hunt. And I've got 1 double. I could have done a reroll. I'll stick with that. So I'll take a suspicion, extra suspicion. So that one's done. Okay, so the next one, now I've got to take a peril dice and I've got to complete 2. Maybe I'm going to take 4 this time. I'll do that one first. Oh, okay, so I took an injury. And what else have I got? I've got a 6, which is good. I've got a 4, which is good. But I don't need those, so that's... And I've got no doubles and no triples. What do I do with the injury? Do I want to take it? Yeah, I'll take the injury. And that's that one done. Next one, I've got to get 3. Maybe I'll go with 5 dice. We'll see if we can do it with 5. Ooh, 4 1s. That's crazy. Okay, so maybe I'll do a reroll. What was my reroll? My reroll, if you just wait a second. I've got no peril dice, so I'll use my faith, which is a little church. And I'm going to reroll these 3. Maybe I'll reroll the 6 as well. I don't need a 6. That's not much better. 2's good. maybe I'll use reinforcements because I've got lots of those, and I'll remove the need for a 5. So then I've got the 1 and the 2, so I complete the hunt. I've got a triple, so I have to take another suspicion. Okay, and then that's that one done. And that's spring done. Okay. Summer. Got to take a suspicion. I think suspicion's going to be the killer of me. And I need to take a peril dice, and I need to get 3, so I'll go 4. Ooh, I'm going to take another injury unless I do something. 2 5s and 2 3s. Oh, it's not too bad, because if I take the, what was the change? It was the storeroom. So if I knock out the storeroom, oh no, that was self-medicating. I was cheating. I did the self-medicating wrong. So I was actually using storeroom. I've still got all my self-medicating, but I actually used 2 of those. So I'm going to use the 3rd one, and that will turn that to a 6. That's going to do my hunt. I really don't want to have another suspicion though, because I definitely have 2 coming up. So I need to get rid of that 3. So why don't we reroll? What do I do with chains? No, that's not going to help. I don't want to use my reroll. I'm just going to have to take it. So that one's done. Another suspicion. Let's hope I'm not going to regret that. Okay, next one, I've got 3. I'm going to go with 4. 4 or 5. No, I'll go for 5. Okay, so that's a good one. That's a good one. Where's my reroll? My reroll is faith. So that's my little church. So I'll get rid of that and I'll reroll these 3. Oh, nearly as bad. I can't deal with any more. Don't really want any more suspicion. What do I do with medication? Oh, that saves me. Yeah, well, why don't we try? I'll do a bit of self-medicating, which means I can remove the peril I would have picked up for that double, so I don't have to worry about that. I still need a 2, so I'm going to use my reinforcements to chop the 2 off, and I've got the 4 and a 6, and I complete that. But because I did self-medicating, I have to have a peril dice and another peril dice. This is more of an experiment rather than good gamemanship. Okay, so I have to do those 2 and I have to do 3, so I'm only going to do 4 this round. See how that goes. So we'll do those 2 first. Okay, so I got an injury and a Howl at the Moon, which is the, I can use any of my abilities for free, so that's really handy. Let's see if we can complete the hunt. Okay, so there's a 3, a 4. Should I re-roll those? Yeah, I guess I should. What's my re-roll? I should just look at the pictures actually. That's the barn, isn't it? Oh no, that's subtract 1. I'll use up my last barn halfway through it and I've got none of those left. Oh no, what I'll do, I'll have that back, thank you very much. I'll use my Howl at the Moon. So the Howl at the Moon lets me use any of my abilities, so I'll use that to turn that into a 1. I have to take a damage from the other one, and then all I've got is this pesky 4, which I will I can't take it to suspicion because I know I've got 2 more, and that would be the end of the game. So yeah, okay, well, I guess the only thing I can do is a re-roll, and that was my oh, I could use my other, I'll use my other house and turn it into a 5. Boom. That one's done. So halfway through. This is harder than I thought. Okay, so we're at autumn. So I have to cross off autumn. And I've got 4 to do. Well, I've got 4 to complete, so I'm going to take another dice and another peril. And I've got no more barns, so that's no more subtracting. Let's do that one first. Ooh, so I've got an extra suspicion. That's not great. And I've got, what do I need? I need 1, 2, 5, and a 3. Oh, that's pretty awesome. And I don't even have any doubles. So I complete the hunt. I just have to deal with that suspicion, because otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. So how do I deal with that? That's self-medicating. So we self-medicate. Oh, that's interesting, because then I'd have 3 the next round. I've got plenty of sanity. Okay, so I'm going to self-medicate, which means I don't have to worry about that one. But next round, I've got an extra. So I'm going to roll 3. Anyway, that's that one done. Okay, so I'm going to need 4 white dice. I'll take 5. I'm going to need 3 peril. So let's try those. Howl at the Moon, Dead Villager. You don't care about the dead villager. Well, I do care, but that's my first, so that's fine. And then I'll do my second. I'll re-roll that one. Oh, suspicion. I might have to deal with that. And then I've got to complete my hunt. So I've got 5, 6, 4, those, and a double. I need a 3. So what does chains do? Chains, remove 1 dice from the, that's not gonna, 1 die. That's not gonna help me because I gotta get rid of the suspicion as well. Dangerous to do a reroll because I would have to reroll both peril dice. So don't really want to do that. So why don't I use my Howl at the Moon to, I'll use the storeroom ability, turn that into a 3, because that resolves 1 issue. Because now I've got enough for the hunt, great, and I haven't got any doubles, even better. That one, I think I'm going to have to self-medicate. Because if I self-medicate, I can remove the, so I'm running out of self-medication though, so that goes to the next round. So that's a +1, but that hunt's finished. So then we do the next one. I need 4, and I'm going to have 2, so I'll do those first. Oh, okay, that's 2 villagers killed, which I can kind of live with. And got to make sacrifices. So that's 2 villagers dead. Not hugely happy about that. 4 we need, 5 we need, 2 we need. So the only thing we haven't got is a 6. And we've got a double. So I've really got to re-roll those. Or, you know, that's not going to help. because I can't, reinforcements isn't going to help. I could self-medicate again, and that's not going to help. What's my church? My church is reroll, but then I'd have to reroll my peril dice, which I've already crossed off, but I can't afford to get any more suspicion. So I really can't afford that. Talking this through, that might be the only thing I can do though. If I self-medicate, I'm going to be doing 3 next round. Oh, house, what does that give me? Reroll. It's dangerous. Yeah, well, it's dangerous. We're a werewolf, we live dangerous. So I'm going to actually undo those 2. I'm going to do a reroll, and I'll reroll these 4. This could be the end, but never mind. Okay, so it didn't help me with that, and I get a suspicion, but I also get a hell at the moon, and I'm going to use that to do some more faith and do another reroll. Oh, okay, that's still not great, because I think I'm dead anyway. Yeah, well, we won't be dead this round, we'll be dead next round. So I have to I kill a villager anyway. I have to take a damage. I fail the hunt, so I take another damage, and I got double, so I get a suspicion. And so I can't leave it at that, so I'm going to have to self-medicate to remove that, but it means I'm going to get an extra one in winter. But that one's a fail, but I survived ish. Okay, I think this is all over now. So I've got to get 5, and I've got 2 plus 1, so I've got 3 peril dice. I'm pretty much out of options, so let's do them first anyway. How many am I going to roll? 5. I'm going to have to roll all 6 dice. Oh, that's 2 villagers dead, and potentially, oh, sufficient. So, oh, actually I should have done that when I moved into winter. Yeah, I think that's game over. Oh, I can self-medicate. Yeah, might work. I just got to survive the hunt, which isn't looking, I've got 2 6s, which isn't great. So what do we got? We need a 6, we need a 4, we need a 2. I was a bit too liberal using things early on. So I'm not going to complete the hunt. I've got a double, and I've got another suspicion. All I can do is self-medicate, but technically I could do it twice. So if I self-medicate twice, I would stop that one, and I would stop the one with the 6. But I've taken a hit, and I failed the hunt, and so I'm dead anyway. Okay. So there you go. There's nearly made it. I nearly got to the end of winter, but as you see, it ramps up, and so spending some of your abilities early on, you don't have so many options at the end, which is a shame. And I guess the other way you could play it is you don't pick a class and just, I guess easy mode is just have them all free and see how you go. I really like it. I think this is a, you know, dice rolling, bit of dice manipulation, roll and write. This is Full Moon, print and play. I'll stick a link to the Which Way Games website down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.